Hello and welcome. I am the Restless Kaiser.
And I, Johnny B.
I am James Workshop.
I'm Brush and Quill.
And I'm Harry from Fog of War.
Woo! But together we are...
Modeling for
Advantage.
Nice little corrupted bit of sound there for you, I'm sure, as all five voices kick in at once, and Harry about half an hour later. He is in Australia. He's experiencing a little bit of a time delay at the moment. Apparently the kangaroo guts are not that good for high-speed internet connections. So what we got going today is we're going to be doing a little bit of D&D. Don't expect this to be particularly professional, guys. I don't think Johnny B's ever done any D&D. I've played about 2 hours of the current edition. We've got different degrees of experience, but Harry is semi-pro, and we love a semi on Modeling for Advantage.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to be taking us through the story. It's just an experiment, not a campaign. I think today we're mostly just going to play a single encounter, see how it goes, learn from it, and think about whether we do or don't do role-playing in the future and how that might work. I hope you enjoy it, guys. Over to you, Mr. Dungeon Master Harry.
I'll try and harden up my semi this evening to bring it along. So, welcome to this very first live stream for Dungeons and Dragons for Modeling for Advantage. So, this evening we're going to be doing the Caravan of Ravennai Deep, just a little quick adventure just to see how that's going to work. So, I'm going to intro some of that, and then I'll throw it over to you guys when it's time for your characters to contribute. Is that all right with everybody? Great.
Good.
Okay, so the party enters the small farming village of Ravennai Deep. The trail opens up onto a large clearing in the forest. Ravennai Deep is a typical hamlet of low houses clustered around a central village square. The houses are modest dwellings built of rough-hewn timber, plaster and thatch, but they seem solidly built and well kept. Smoke from the morning fires curls up into the overcast sky. You can smell the welcoming aromas of frying bacon and fresh bread for breakfast.
Bacon.
The only two-story building in Ravennai Deep is the Black Unicorn Tavern. This is your destination. Your group have travelled here to help a friend. Blade Turner, which is Callum's character, received a letter a few weeks ago from his old friend Thunderguts Gorehammer. Thunderguts has heard Blade Turner has left his former profession and recently struck out as an adventurer, and he says he has a job for a group of sellswords and spellslingers if anybody's interested. Blade Turner knows that Thunderguts acts as wagon master for goods caravans, and he is careful, prudent and experienced. If it's something he can't handle, it must be important. The letter asked Blade Turner to assemble a group of trusted friends and meet him in Ravennai Deep at sunup today. Blade Turner, let's meet the group that you've brought to town. Let's start with you, Kaiser. Who are you and who's your daddy?
I am. Tonight, Matthew, I shall be playing. I'm Eric the Cleric, a passionate priest of St. Barbara.
It's amazing there. You had this magical echo. It makes you sound very powerful. I am, of course, Arnie McTavish from the clan McTavish. I come here, I crush heads, and I earn money. That's what I do.
James?
Oh, hello. My name is Nico. I'm a warlock. Well, I was a warlock. Well, they kicked me out, so I got kicked out. I was a warlock. But everyone's out to get me, and I think everyone's out to get me. And these guys I think I trust, but I'm not sure I trust them because they might kick me out. I'm not so sure how I feel about that.
Okay. And Callum, it's your friendship with Thunderguts that's brought you here, so who are you?
I'm Blade Turner. I'm the Knife of the Night. I'm a drow assassin who's left the Order to strike out and seek my own fortune because there were one too many rules within the Assassin's Guild. And the friendship with Thunderguts has led us here.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a nice man. You mentioned bacon, Harry.
Absolutely. You can smell the bacon coming from a number of different sources, but you imagine probably the Black Unicorn Tavern, which was the two-story building directly across the village square from where you guys have just emerged from the forest. You're guessing that they will possibly have some bacon for you if bacon is your quest
Obviously.
for the moment.
Obviously, and I think bacon banjo is the order of the day, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
I've never tried this Black Unicorn bacon. Let's give it a go. Onward!
Let's do it.
Victory!
Is it made of black unicorns?
It's a breed, obviously.
Oh, okay.
We learned this in the seminary. Black unicorn bacon.
Oh,
yes.
yes. Excellent.
I'm concerned you want to make a banjo out of it.
Well, you know, that rind stuff would make a good string.
Banjo's the
Okay, so you
grab a bacon
it's
sandwich.
still fairly early in the morning. You cross the village square. There's only a few people moving about, and you make your way through into the Black Unicorn Tavern. And as the door creaks open, a large wooden door, inside is reasonably well lit. And Blade Turner, you can actually see the dwarvish figure of your friend Thunderguts Gorehammer is sitting at a table. He apparently is waiting for you guys to turn up.
Turner, you talk to Thunderguts. Me and Eric, we're gonna go get some bacon.
Absolutely.
I wander over to the table. I pull the chair out, sit down, proper cowboy style. Thunderguts,
Okay.
my friend.
Blade Turner, it's very good to see you. I'm glad you could make it. I assume these are your compatriots?
These are the Rangers of Power that I've assembled to come and help.
Ooh, that sounds very important. So while you guys are bellying up to the bar, Thunderguts actually snaps his fingers and gets the waitress to bring him over a mug of ale and a bacon butty, just the way he likes it, nice and thick. But yeah, if you guys want to get served, the exchange of a few coins will get you drink and food for the morning. And yeah, this is quite it's not a rich tavern, it's not well appointed, but it seems to be well kept, well built, and the floors are clean. The mugs don't appear to have last night's drink still in them. So all in all, it's not the worst tavern you've ever been to.
Is there any history of anybody being poisoned or murdered?
I mean, that's the question I always ask when I go to
a history check with disadvantage.
Okay, a history check with disadvantage.
Yep.
So disadvantage, then
Given that you're not from here.
history. That's a no.
No, absolutely. In fact, before this morning, you don't recall having ever heard the name Ravennai Deep.
So I will assume everything is either made of poison or daggers. Okay, excellent.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You may approach your breakfast in that manner if you wish.
Thank you.
So once you've all gathered at the table, and the introductions have been made, Thunderguts outlines to you why he's called Blade Turner to bring you all here. So he lets you know that he currently has a bandit problem. During harvest time, Ravennai Deep runs a caravan out of the town about once a month, and a small caravan of wagons take crops and other goods to Port Wexler, the nearest biggest town, which is a couple of days' journey to the east. But lately they've been having problems with raids by bandits. It's more of a nuisance than anything, Thunderguts says. They wave their swords around, take a few things, and leave us in peace. Nobody really gets hurt. But it's been getting worse. We've put a few of the farm lads on the carts to scare them off, but it's turned more violent. Thunderguts drops his head, and you can see a look of pain cross his craggy dwarfish face. Last
you mean
trip,
they're stealing the farm lads now?
And there was a scuffle. Sorry, what was that, Kaiser?
So you mean they're stealing the farm lads now?
They're stealing the farm lads. Last trip, one of the lads got excited and there was a scuffle. Young Baker's boy was killed and another couple of the lads were hurt. The bandits took nearly everything as retribution. You see him shake his head again. It's my fault. Taking the lads along was my idea. I should have known they weren't fighters. And now it's gotten to the point where it's hurting the village. They need the money for this crop to buy seed for next season's plantings. I fear it will be a hard, cold winter if we don't get at least most of this current shipment through. He lifts his face and his sharp blue eyes fix on each of you in turn. I need your help.
Thunderguts. I mean, any number of mercenaries you can hire as caravan guard. I suspect that's not what you want from us.
It is what I want from you because he looks around
All right.
at the singular lack of mercenaries.
We are the most mercenary-looking dudes around here.
We are a very, very small village. Everybody here is a farmer or a blacksmith or a tavern wench, or we're not fighters. Again,
Whereas
that's why I
legit
had
murder
lads on the
hobos.
carts.
Born for murder, die for murder.
Absolutely.
Well, I
What
thought
colour
a
is it?
couple of
Skin
big
green.
strapping
Kill
lads
it!
on the carts would put them off, but no, it appears I misjudged them, and I won't do it again.
So, Fair Dungeon Master, as these people are dealing with the boring business of money and transactions, I will turn my roving eye as a man of God, obviously, to the innkeeper's daughter, and ask her about whether she has, received the blessings of the church recently, and whether she has been initiated into the wisdom of Saint Barbara.
Okay. She looks at you with very big, bulgy eyes and says, "What, mister? Do you want another drink?" You estimate her age is about 12.
Perfect. That's just the way you like them, Eric.
Difficult question. Difficult question
yourself,
for a
John.
man of the cloth.
So, yeah, she
Thunderguts.
doesn't appear to have received anybody's blessings much of late.
These people are a godless bunch. They need my administration, my mission.
Fair enough.
So Thunderguts, how much of this coin that we're going to get for you? How much do
Okay.
we get to keep?
Yes, I take your point. We can offer 25 gold pieces each to make the journey. It's 3 days to Port Wexler, and if you want to come back, we'll bring you back as well. Plus a bonus for the group of 5 gold pieces per cart and driver who successfully get unmolested to their destination.
May I see an example of this gold coin?
He picks a gold coin out of his pouch and holds it up and says, "They're very much like this."
Seems good. I've seen worse. Okay.
The last one I had didn't have teeth marks in
I'll
it.
trust you. Yeah, this one's got teeth marks in it. What the hell?
What do you mean it's not made of chocolate?
Okay.
The walk in the park. When do we start? Where are we going?
Well, you would have seen the wagons around the square as you came in. So, yes, once we've concluded our breakfast here, we can probably make a start.
Let's do it then.
So I take it you're all in agreement? You're all going to come?
Yes.
I'll poke around at my breakfast a little bit with a fork, not eat any, and be like, "Yeah, okay, let's just do this."
I'm going
That's
to.
a shame, because it looks really nice.
I'm going to
You-
go outside Thunderguts and check these.
Are you
wagons.
going to leave that, Nico? I say, pointing at just the bacon, not the bread.
Just
Gonna leave that?
I think it might be poison.
Let me check.
Oh, please.
Nah, mate, it's fine.
None of it was poison. Good. Now we know. Let's go.
Yeah, except you know that he's a cleric, so maybe his god was looking after him. Because
He's
Benefits
sneaky.
of St. Barbara.
He's
Yeah.
sneaky. I don't
Whilst
quite
you've
trust
been
him.
investigating the bacon and worshipping Sir Barbara of Windsor, I'm going to go out and check the wagons and just look over them and see how
Yep.
sturdy they are.
Okay, so you go outside, and you are a drow, are you not?
I am.
The sun is up.
Ugh.
So as you step out, you wince and hold your hand up over your face.
I pull my hood up.
Yep. So you pull your hood up, and yes, once you get the shade over your eyes, you're able to see that a little bit better. For anyone who doesn't know much about drow, they're very sensitive to sunlight. They don't operate particularly well, which is why they make very good assassins in the night.
I'll pop outside with him, and I'll take a parasol with me and just hold it for him.
Okay.
I know what the sun's like. The sun's out to get you. I know what this is about.
So
That's why I brought you, Nico.
I've seen
It's my
people who make
umbrella holder.
light magic, so the sun is obviously made of magic. I get this. I
you
understand. what's going on.
draw some fairly curious looks from the disheveled lot of cart drivers you see who are waiting on you finishing your breakfast. As you come out, and Nico follows you around with a parasol as you come and make some investigations of their particular carts. So please roll me an investigation check.
I will assist him with his investigation check by kicking every tire, checking every bolt.
Do you have proficiency in investigation,
Let me find out for
Don't
you.
believe so.
Nico?
I do, yes.
You
Oh,
do?
no, I don't. That's intimidation. It's near. It's not quite.
No, you can intimidate the carts as much as you like, but without
Give it a go.
can't really help him. So that is our very first natural one of the game. So for a total of 2. So Blade Turner, you go out, and there's not a lot of carts in the Underdark. You don't see these an awful lot. So yeah, you kick the tires a bit, you pull some of the ropes, you untie one of the ropes accidentally.
I've had to ask Nico first. Is that actually a cart? Is that what they look like?
I can confirm.
It's
This is
very
the
much
cart.
like that. So this is the, you've gone to buy a new car and you don't know anything about them kind of deal. So the farmers are actually watching you. So each cart has a cart driver who is watching you move up the caravan, frightening the horses, untying things.
Checking
kicking
the
things.
horses.
Once everything's been checked and covered over, I'd like to go to the closest of the cart managers, just walk up to them and go, "Do you work for them? Do you work for them?"
I work for myself, sir, I do. This is my cart here.
Okay. Do you know who they are?
I couldn't say, sir, I really couldn't.
Okay.
I put
I
my
think
arm
this-
around. I put my arm around Nico and walk him away, going, "Come on, come on, let's take your medicine."
He works for them.
Oh, yeah, he's
Eric
not
will
coming along with
pop,
us.
rudimentary blessings to each of the cart drivers. Then the blessing of St. Barbara be upon you, and feel safe in this journey in the company of such fine men. Fear ye not, yeoman farmers. St. Barbara is watching you.
Still with "he works for them" screaming in the background.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You can see that these guys are nonplussed. This isn't how their world works. But I mean, Thunderguts has said that he needs you, and they're kind of, okay, I
We're
suppose.
the kind of nutters that you need to fight off some maniacs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if that's what you say, sir, I suppose that's right then. Shall we be getting on? The sun's getting over a bit.
I'm going to jump on the lead cart. There we go.
All right.
Come on, let's do it.
I'm
I'll
gonna
walk.
I'm gonna sit in the back of the back cart and load my crossbow.
Okay, you do that.
Comfiest cart.
The comfiest cart looks to be the third one back.
Is it transporting wool or fabrics by any chance I can snooze on?
So
I
you
mean,
go
we-
up, and on the third cart, the driver of the third cart is a very grizzled older man who looks down at you and says, "No, sir, it's potatoes."
That cannot be comfortable.
No, but there's a nice seat up here with me, and that's quite comfortable enough.
Oh, boo. All right then, I'll get on there.
The
I'm
gentleman that
happy to
I
somewhere private where I could read the good book.
They're very good potatoes, sir.
the good book within the good book.
Oh yeah, there's some interesting wood engravings and lithographs within the good book, which are for personal
Is
consumption.
that St. Barbara, is it?
Yes.
Girl.
That's not St. Barbara, sir. No. No.
Oh, she's a looker.
One must learn to resist temptation by routine
It was
exposure.
reminding me of potatoes, that was. My name's Lavender,
Yes.
but everyone calls me Old Man Lavender because I'm old.
And a man who's called Lavender.
Yes,
What
sir.
novel? Which quaint customs you Dorset folk have.
I'm just doing this accent because it's the only English one I can do, sir.
Excellent.
I'm an Australian, really. I can't help it.
The gentleman to whom I made indirect accusations earlier, I'd like to just sit next to him and stare at him the entire trip.
Yeah, well, he was the only cart left, so yeah.
I'll sit in the seat next to him and just...
Okay.
Are you poking him every
For the
time?
duration.
He's giving you the side eye, and when Thunderguts puts his hand up, it whistles and signals for you all to for the caravan to move off. You see him jump because he was actually concentrating much more on you. But
Yeah.
after the signal, your caravan of moderately decrepit-looking farm wagons starts to pull away onto the forest path, and with just some dust rising off the dry road behind you.
Each of them wondering whether hiring a band of legit killers was really a good idea.
Job. Yeah, they're not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do want to get this done in an hour, so
Yes.
I'm going to press the fast forward on some of this. Basically, you guys get a day and a half or so through the journey. Interesting things that happen to you along the way. About lunchtime on the first day, Eric the cleric, please give me a perception check.
Oh, we got to press some buttons then.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the button pressing thing. Now to find my
And
character
press the button.
sheet. And on my character sheet somewhere there's going to be perception, is there? It's a skill.
There is in the skills.
And I click on it and it goes,
7. Okay. Who's on the one behind? Blade Turner, how about you give me one?
Cool. Is this during the day though? So
Don't worry too much about that. This isn't don't worry about the daylight for this. So just give me a straight perception check.
with wisdom? Oh no, yeah.
It's actually a skill. So 7. Wow. Oh no, you rolled a 14 first. Yeah, 14 is enough. At some point while you're watching the back of the caravan, but you still occasionally turn forward to see what's going on. And at some point you see the potatoes in the back of Old Man Lavender's cart moving in a very non-potato-like fashion.
oh,
Potato
and
golems.
I didn't notice this.
You're busy talking about St. Barbara to Old Man Lavender, who is doing his best to not listen to you.
Right, but if I stop talking, he'll start, right? So I need to keep going.
No, if you stop, he will just look sullenly ahead, not looking left or right.
Right.
Just steering Bessie the mule. Not a big conversationalist. So Blade Turner, yes, you watch it for a little while, and yes, every now and again under the tarpaulin that's covering the potatoes, there is something you would characterize as non-potato activity.
I mean, that covers a lot of ground.
It does. It's
I
a little
leave
bit
it-
non-specific, but
My assassin's brain kicks in, and I leave it during the day, and stake out the potato wagon when we make camp at night, knowing that if anybody's going to come out, if there's somebody under there, it's going to happen at night.
well, you're just about to pull up for lunch. So they're actually pulling the carts over, and everybody's pulling out very thick rustic bread sandwiches and what have you, which they'll probably need to share with you because you didn't bring any food along.
I have rations.
Okay, you're going to chow down on rations? You're not going to...
I am expecting to be fed. Absolutely.
Old Man Lavender will give you half of his sandwich.
I'm going to suggest maybe I'll have some potatoes.
I'm going to suggest that maybe Old Man Lavender gives me the other half of the sandwich.
Are you doing that from where you are on the front cart?
Oh, I don't know. I thought we stopped. Are we
Well,
not all
you've stopped,
walking around now?
Yeah. So
All
if
right.
you want
I'm
to
going to
go
ask
up
the
and,
guy. I'm going to grab the sandwich out of the guy beside me, whoever that may be.
Out of.
okay.
Open up,
Make
sir.
me an
There's a
intimidation check with advantage, please.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
An intimidation check with advantage.
Intimidation with advantage. Boom. Did that work?
Yes.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, lucky it was with advantage, because otherwise he was going to kick your ass. Okay, so with a 17, he goes to say something and looks you square in the eye. And this guy, he's not a fighter, you can tell by the way he moves. But he is like 2 or 3 axe handles across the shoulder and a couple of axe handles across the forehead. This is a farmer guy. So he was willing to give you a go. But yeah, you wave the finger at him and he subsides. But it is not a very nice sandwich. So Callum,
Gonna chow
you
down on it.
wanted some potatoes for lunch.
Yes, I'm going to go and suggest that I select which potatoes I want and start digging through the potato pile.
Okay, as you flip up the corner of the tarpaulin, you see a face. Little,
In a potato? Is it the face of St. Barbara?
it is not the face of St. Barbara.
An image of St.
moving on
Barbara in
the surface of the potato. It is, in fact, a 12-year-old girl.
Would it perchance be the young barman's daughter?
No, it's a different 12-year-old girl.
How many does this village have?
Well, one less than it had this morning before you guys left. And she sort of, don't tell my dad.
Who is your dad?
With her very, very low voice.
Hello,
No, don't
young
tell my
lady.
dad.
You sound a lot like Old Man McTavish.
You really do.
Old Man Lavender, even.
Shh.
I'm
My
not
name's
old.
Billy. Don't tell him I'm here. He never lets me do anything fun.
I'm trying to work out whether to be offended or not. I really am. It's my country, man.
Who
I
is your
could make
father?
some more Germanic if you like, but I don't think that's
Oh!
That's way worse.
Might leave that one for now, Harry. Might leave that one for now.
all right.
What's going
Hey,
on back there?
I'm not a voice actor. What can I do? Matt Mercer, I'm not.
You're doing all right. We need to deal with the 12-year-old girl situation. You found her, Blade Turner. You keep an eye on her.
No, I call you over, Eric. You seem to be the person that knows most
You're in the
about
potato cart.
young ladies.
I didn't even spot her when she was in the back of the car. I was
absolutely.
in.
She was on your cart.
Yeah, I can't keep an eye on this. She's now but trouble, this lass. No but trouble.
Why?
Give her a good
Okay.
hiding and
man,
send her
there's
home.
your character sheet. What's his?
Presumably these guys actually know her. If she's from this village.
No, this is the thing of me having too many windows. There we go. There we go. No, Old Man Lavender is too busy eating the other half of his sandwich to notice that you guys are checking out somebody in the back of his cart.
No, I think we're standing at the back of the car now discussing what we're going to do with her.
You are, and he's completely ignoring you. He rolled a 2, so
Well,
You spent hours upon hours upon hours blocking out the sound of your voice, and it just doesn't.
yeah.
I have asked the young lady
He's just not
who
paying
she-
attention.
She is a child. She must be cared for. These
Yes, but
people
who
know
is her father? We can't not tell her father if we don't know who it is.
Okay, while you guys are talking, she sneaks the canvas cover back over and disappears back amongst the potatoes.
I
Please,
don't think
drow assassin, continue moralizing.
I don't think we should participate in the concealment of this 12-year-old being taken into a combat environment. I think we need to let the people from our own community decide what they want to do with her.
Are
Well,
we
you
like a
don't know
team
what
huddle
these
here?
guys are trading in Port Wexler?
What?
You don't know what these guys are trading in Port Wexler? Maybe she'll fetch a good price.
Oh wow, this just got dark.
Dude, you're a drow assassin.
Can I
Yeah, but
do?
we're not.
Can I do a history check to see whether or not there's any child trafficking going on in the local area?
Yeah, sure thing.
I won't. Let's just get away from this topic.
Please.
No. I'm going to go and talk to the wagon master.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunderguts. There's a 12-year-old girl in the back of one of the carts. She's
He
obviously a
says,
child from
"Oh
a village.
no, red hair."
Probably.
Didn't see.
Yes, she had red hair.
Smells of potatoes.
Yeah. You see him do a face palm, and he pulls his helmet off, and you can see why he never takes his helmet off, because he's got a luxurious dwarf beard, but he's actually as bald as a cue ball underneath his helmet. And he rubs
Look
his
at
head
you.
and goes, "Bloody Lily Lavender." Bloody Lily Lavender. And he goes storming back to Old Man Lavender's cart and says, "Oi, you idiot! Your daughter's aboard." And they go around and twitch the thing open, and there's a moment of consternation and much fighting and recriminations, and it's too late to turn back now kind of talk, and well, she'll just have to come along. So after you guys have your lunch, Kaiser, if you're going back with Old Man Lavender, you now have a 12-year-old girl sandwiched between you.
Are we 100% sure she's not a goblin in disguise?
Have you checked?
I haven't checked if she's a goblin in disguise. She could be a
Would
goblin
you
in
like
disguise.
to make an
How do you
inside
check?
investigation check for that?
Let me check.
Are you actually
Which one
going
of
to
those?
poke her and have a look, or are you just going to
I'm
try and
better
work
at
it out?
I'll have a look from a distance. I think I can trust my own intuition on this.
Okay, so you're not investigating. You're having an insight check. So see if she gives you any goblin-y vibes.
I'll do an insight. Now that wow.
It's kind of
Yeah,
hard
she
to
does.
tell. Like, goblins are short, she's short. The
Yeah.
jury's out for you. You're really not sure.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be,
Well,
could be not.
I'm going to spend the time that we're doing over lunch. I'm going to cram down some of the field rations that I bought with me that I previously tested to see whether or not they're poisoned and or containing daggers. So I'll
I did
eat
figure
those.
that you might do that, yes.
And I'm also going to spend some time tinkering and making a small bell to place onto this girl so that I know where the goblin is.
So you have
Nice.
Yeah.
Artificer as a skill?
Yeah.
Excellent. Is there a skill roll for that? So you've got Tinker's Tools?
Yeah, I have Tinker's Tools, and it's a 1 HP device that lasts for 24 hours.
Sure. I'm not going to make you roll for that because it's not a complex
Your string's
device. You
not
have
hard.
the tools to do it. Yeah, so you do that.
And now I'm going to spend my entire time rapidly switching my head between the guy that I'm with and checking where the goblin is over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay.
It's going to be exhausting.
So, yeah, you travel the rest of that day without incident and pull up. And are you guys doing a watch over the evening, or are you all going to sleep?
Yeah, we've got Mr. Nighttime.
Yeah, I slept during the afternoon so that I can, or meditated. Sorry, I'm an elf. I don't sleep. I meditate. I meditated
Absolutely.
in the back of the cart, and then I'm doing the evening watch.
You were making very loud meditative chanting noises, which other people might have
During
mistaken
the
for
course of the
snoring.
day, to try and keep morale up on the wagon trail, I'll collect the names, like at lunch and so forth. I change wagons, move about a little bit. Collect the names of the recently deceased in the families so that we can have some prayers for the dead with supper. That's always good for cheering up the parishioners.
Yep, fair enough.
And so we remember Lily, mother of Sarah, all that kind of chonky
Howard
service.
Jason.
Son of Argonaut. Yeah, that kind of.
Old
we'll have
man
a bit of
Neville.
that.
Yeah.
Just to
Alright,
get
so
everyone in a
those are
really
that.
cheerful mood before bedtime.
Yeah,
Not
doesn't really seem to work. Everybody's now seemingly a bit more depressed about the fact that you've reminded them of all the people who've died there in the past couple of years.
This is the power of the church, sir. This is how you get them.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I feel much better. I really do.
Yeah. Knowing what
Arnold's
people-
going to do a little perimeter scout. He
All right.
doesn't trust people. He's very suspicious of strangers, and these are still very much strangers. So I just want to make sure that I'm happy with where we're camped at the moment. So
Okay.
While you do that, I'm going to ask everyone slightly awkward questions, just continually. Just constantly.
Is your left
Okay.
toe slightly bigger than your
Get
right
through
toe?
the first couple of people, but as soon as you start going to the next one, once they've figured out what you're doing, there's a rush of people who suddenly have to go to the toilet or have to go and fix something or break something on their cart, just anywhere that you're not.
That's very suspicious.
Yes,
very
they are
suspicious.
indeed acting very weirdly now.
How dark is the area away from the campfire? Are we talking like dark forest, or are we talking like there's stars and
Yeah, it's got pretty good closure over the canopy, so you're following a reasonably well-traveled trail, but the canopy closes pretty close. So if you're off the trail, it is dark, and that's your element. That's where you shine.
Okay. So I'm sort of skirting through the trees
So
in the very
have
dark
you-
up bit.
Have you got this like all night long? Is this your gig, Blade
Yeah.
Turner? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm-
if you've had
I'm
4
humming
hours
that
during the
famous
day,
all night long elven song as I'm doing it.
you're all good. So yes, the morning comes and nothing much seems to have happened. Nobody passed you during the night. You get the feeling that this isn't a very well-traveled trail. This regular run to Port Wexler is pretty much it for the moment, apart from the odd random traveller. But nobody has passed you during the night.
Nothing
Arnie,
happened. Very
wanna-
suspicious.
Have a quick check of the other wagons before we set off this morning. Make sure there's no other suspicious non-potato activity going on.
Yeah. Check for goblins.
I want
Take
to.
yourself, Eric. Who do you think I am?
I think
You're
they're the man they're
five.
not going to argue with.
Maybe you're right there.
Okay.
In the morning, I
And-
got to my friend Thunderguts and I asked him if we've reached the point in the journey yet where they usually attack.
Says, they're smart enough not to have a pattern. They hit us just a couple of hours out of town one time, and the next time we were almost in sight of Port Wexler. So it's just very hard to tell with them. They're a funny bunch. They're all dressed as sailors.
Gar!
Pirates are fun. I mean, they're evil, but they're fun, right?
I think I might just go join them. To be
Anybody's
honest
actually
with you.
asked him about the bandits themselves. So yes, he tells you that there appears to be a guy in charge, and he has a number of henchmen that they usually ambush the caravan, stop it. It started where they were just nicking whatever was valuable that they could get away with, but it was getting worse and worse.
So is the head guy there at every attack, or does he just send his henchmen?
Yes, in fact, I know his name. He's Captain Rolf.
Captain Rolf.
Captain Rolf.
Captain Rolf and his dog.
Oh dear.
I think we can guess who that is then.
I suggest that we try to hit him when we encounter them, and that the rest will maybe run away if we get rid of him.
Oh, and that sounds like a
German accent
solid.
and a
Sounds like a
dodgy
solid
mustache,
strategy.
I reckon.
You might want to discuss that with your compatriots.
Right, team huddle.
What do you want?
When they turn up, we hit Rolf and the dog. The rest will run away.
I'm not going for the dog, mate.
This is a good idea.
That's
Take
one
the
of them
Take the
dodgy
heads
drow
off of the
things.
snake.
I can't
Tiebreak, it's
talk
up to
this
you.
dog.
What do you reckon, Nico?
I'll set him on fire. I'll do it.
That'd work.
Heretics.
Okay, so as you guys are
Can we
having your
not-
team huddle, you
Can
hear
we
the
not kill a
noise of
dog?
the camp around you as everybody's setting up and getting ready to move out. So you're ready to move off for the day.
Do we really have to get for the dog?
The dog's the next in line. That's the lieutenant of this army.
Oh,
That's
right.
the dog's second in command, 100%.
You reckon
I mean,
that's the,
gonna
that's the
turn
chain
out
of
the
command?
The dog's a werewolf. It's like a giant gnoll or something. There's something going on here. I don't quite believe this is just a dog.
Nico, the dog might be the brains behind the whole thing.
100% that could be accurate. Yeah, I've seen people turn into dogs before. This is someone who's turned into there's a goblin who's a person who's turned into a dog, right? And they're completely leading this entire operation, and they're just pretending to be a dog in combat and fighting exactly like a dog. And when they die, they're just going to still be a dog. But don't you stop. Don't you forget. It's a person who's a goblin who's a dog. Okay?
Are you trying to tell us
can
that?
you roll me an insight check, please?
To check if they're a person who's a goblin who's a dog. Can do. I'm going to roll terribly again. I just know it. Oh, look at that go.
Look
Look at that
very
go.
low rolls.
Oh, they don't get to see this unless I share the screen, do they?
I can
Okay,
inform you, it was not good.
so it was a 9. So you are completely oblivious that as you're expounding your theory, Blade Turner, you know Thunderguts better than most. And the look on his face, he doesn't sound as reassured as you might expect from overhearing your planning session.
And we don't feel very reassured by our planning session. I want to spend the morning reading that famous passage in the good book, St. Barbara and the Dog. I'm looking for spiritual guidance on how to overcome a lieutenant dog without killing it, because I'm not comfortable.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll check my magic book, which has recipes for such an occasion.
So that was the St. Barbara story, The Trouble with Tiddles?
That's the vernacular, sir. That's not how the spiritual.
Oh, okay, sorry. From the Book of Tiddles.
So I go back to Thunderguts. I say, I see you're troubled with this. What have you not told us about this?
No, he thinks we're numbers, Callum. That's his problem.
It's not that I've not told you anything. It's you seem to have bought some psychopaths. And, you know...
I'll be reading my religious book and just look over. What?
He sort of looks over and says, no offense, but...
You own a Keanu Reeves colouring book.
I do not own a Keanu Reeves
Clearly
coloring book.
do. There is empirical
This is from my wife's shelf. I
Oh,
think you'll
yeah.
find. Yeah.
Wives.
Take the shame.
I hold up the
go for
letter
an
he
hour?
sent us where the word is smudged, and I say, I thought it said psychopaths.
Oh,
It's
okay.
bring you and psychopaths.
Okay.
Train killers for hire. That's us, mate. We're not full shilling. We're not even part
Right.
of minted coinage.
Yeah, trained in what?
Killing things.
Detecting goblins.
Okay, so what I need you guys to do is to place yourself
Oh.
on the cart. So if you scroll that map up, you will actually see there are a bunch of carts on the trail.
And I'm on the second one back.
If I...
Well, that's a big map.
Oh, it's a big map. Big.
Oh, it is big.
Let me get this. Hopefully optimize the view some.
Yep.
How do I place myself onto?
So you can see your token is off the side of the map there on the white area. So you can grab and drag yourself
You'll have to zoom out a bit first, John.
on one of the carts.
Oh, there.
There I am.
Look at the face of old man Lavender. He's enjoyed a few beers, isn't he, this morning?
Who were the two elf Santas? Are they just other drivers?
Yeah, cart drivers.
Okay, cool.
I think I'm
Nameless
in
cart
somebody. There we go.
Let
Whoa!
me just make sure I'm looking at him. Yeah, we got it.
All right, so Arnie, you're up the front with Thunderguts and cart driver number 1.
James is
Nico,
upside
you're in the
down.
second car.
I got to keep my eye on him.
Eric, you're with Old Man Lavender, and Blade Turner, you're down the back. All right, can I have everybody?
Yep.
Roll me a perception check just for shits and giggles.
Perception
Just
on normal,
no reason.
or are
Yep.
we
On
disadvantaged?
normal.
Perception.
Boosh.
I'm on sweet 16.
Did that work?
You had an
I rolled-
advantage, I
I
think.
rolled a thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
For a man who's so constantly alert, I really don't know where anything is.
You really don't. You absolutely do not. Arnie, you guys are traveling through this piece of the forest, and at some point you and Blade Turner share a bit of a cocked eyebrow as you're going along. You're not sure why, but you've got a weird sense that something's not right. Nothing you can put your finger on just at the moment. But as you're pondering that, Nico, you have no clue. Eric, you're busy trying to talk to Old Man Lavender, who's busy trying
About St. Barbara and the dog.
again, still.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And the first sign of trouble comes when the front wagon comes to a sudden stop. Arnie and Nico, you can see that there's a fallen tree across the road blocking the path. Unfortunately, it's on a bend in the road, so anybody in the last 2 carts can't see what's happening. You have just seen that everything has come to a halt. And because it was an unexpected halt, everything seems to have concertinaed together a bit. And
Right in the back.
Thunderguts leans out and calls back, "Log on the road, stand ready." And suddenly a figure steps from the bush and says, "Stand and deliver, gentlemen, you know the drill. Let's not have any regrettable unpleasantness like last time." The speaker is a tall human in a... Oops, why can't I click on him? What is going on here? Oh dear. Okay, I'll turn him on in a second. The speaker is a tall human in a loose-sleeved white shirt, wide black leather belt, and electric blue trousers tucked into knee-high sailor's boots. 2 cutlasses are sheathed at his side. A rangy dog with long pointed ears follows at the man's heels. The dog tilts its head as the man speaks, its red eyes fixed on him. The man looks along the length of the caravan. "Are those adventurers I see? All those shiny weapons and bulgy muscles, goodness me. Rusty, that's 10 gold you owe me. I told you our dwarf friend would up the stakes."
That dog's got goblin
You
ears.
guys are dealing with that. I need to try and remember how Roll20 works.
I knew I was right. That dog's got goblin's ears, and he's got long legs. Goblin's got long legs.
Roll the battle music. Entering combat mode. We pull out maces with a like in computers.
Can I just auto-save here, please?
Hooray, there we go.
Use a save state. Just
So I presume that everybody in the caravan can hear him making this speech.
Absolutely, everybody can hear that.
So at which point I climb to the top of my caravan and pull my crossbow up and start scanning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's guys on each side, so I'm looking out of the side that I'm on, because it's a crap ambush that's just in front of you.
Okay.
So I'm looking south on this map, presumably.
Cool.
I'm
So
going to take a moment to
need...
check whether the cart guy beside me is definitely on their side.
Okay. Just let me get rid of Bob the Mimic out of the turn order. So I need everybody to roll initiative, because we're about to kick it off, I believe.
Now I get a high roll. What the hell is this game about?
Initiative, that is somewhere there.
Great. Initiative 18.
Skadoosh!
How do you want to work out the draw on initiative?
It's there.
You can
Is
see
it-
the
oh,
turn order,
the draw.
and I'll get it organised once everybody's in.
Okay, cool.
I've got something about no valid token. Shall I just press it again?
Oh, okay. You have to select your token first, and then click initiative, and it'll do it.
Mhm.
Right.
There we go.
Select my token. Whoop.
Sorry, I'm working on a teeny, tiny screen.
And then
Rolf. 0.
Captain Rolf.
8.
Got an 8. Oh, Captain Rolf sucks. So, who don't we have?
Eric.
Thunderguts.
no, I've done it.
Eric.
I've done it.
Oh, yeah, you're on.
No, Thunderguts. He's got to roll his yet.
Oh, can we
He got
only
a
see one bandit in
three.
a minute?
So we don't have Johnny. You're in there.
Yep.
Rolf, Blade Turner, Nico, Eric. Yeah, you guys are all in. That's cool. What I don't have is any of the bandits. You know they're there. I'm just going to turn one on so that I can see him. Okay, let's take him to the token layer so that we can then...
So envisage viewers while Harry's sorting out all the logistics of this.
Yeah, sorry,
Everybody's circling whilst that Star Trek fight music is going on.
Okay, so Rusty is going to represent the bandits.
Rusty and the Bandits.
That's
An
not that
18.
much bigger, is it?
What a great band name.
So I'm going to make all the carters and everybody go on the same turn as Thunderguts.
Makes sense.
Sounds cool.
So
Sounds
let me
legit.
see. Is that all in order now?
Es ist in Ordnung, yeah.
Excellent. So that now actually covers up pretty much all of the map for me. So that's excellent. Okay, so the first turn is for the bandits, and they are going to do something that you don't know about,
Oh no.
and that will then be the end of your turn. Their turn. Blade Turner. So you said you were going to climb up with your crossbow?
Yep.
Yep, so you have climbed up with your crossbow onto the top of your cart, and you said you were looking forward, is that correct?
Yeah, so I'm scanning sort of 180 around the rear to the side kind of thing.
All right,
Turning all the
so
time.
I know what they rolled for stealth. How about you roll me a perception check to see if you can spot anybody while you're looking around.
Yeah.
At the moment, you can't see anybody. And in
Can I
fact,
hear anybody?
you can hear that there's somebody moving sort of here-ish. Can you see where I'm indicating on the map?
Yep.
Just beside Rolf.
Yeah, well, you can hear Rolf.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
But you can't see him.
Okay, so I'm now gonna focus my scanning in towards that sound.
Okay. So, I mean, you've already had a listen. You didn't spot anybody this turn. So, yeah, you can't see him. There's a tree in between you.
Hell yeah.
But I'm sort of looking now. Sort of. I don't know if I can indicate on the map, but between Rusty and the cart, the bend in the track.
Yep. Okay, so you can do that. What I might suggest you do is if you can't see anybody, you might want to hold an action. So you can hold the attack action to attack somebody when they become visible to you.
I shall do that.
Okay. You're not going to move anymore. You've moved up on top of the cart.
I think I've got a good field of fire from up there, so yes.
Okay. So if that's the end of your turn, Nico, we've moved on to you.
Yep.
So you can see, in fact, you don't have a good line of sight to Captain Rolf from there.
Okay.
But yes, you can move to get a better look, or you can try and dash into the forest.
I am a warlock, and I am a tiny gnome person, so I am going to immediately use magic. I'm going to cast Prestidigitation, and this space where I am, I'm going to create a giant puff of smoke.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sneak out of my seat and hide.
Okay. Please roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Are you hiding in the bush, or are you hiding in the back of the car?
No, I'm going to go behind the cart. I'll move where I'm going to go. I'm going to go behind the cart to there, and then I'm going to try and sort of crawl under the cart a little bit and get a decent shot off with my crossbow.
Excellent. Yes, as you move there, you now can see Captain Rolf. He is, from where you are, lightly obscured.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a fantastic shot, but it is a shot, and you can see him.
Great. That's my actions, so I've done that. Do you want me to still roll that stealth check, or are you okay?
Yeah, please.
That's running off in a puff of smoke. 22, bad boy.
Okay, nat 20, nice work.
What a waste of a critical use.
And you hear the cart driver go, "Oh, lummy," as you seem to disappear and crawl under the cart.
He's speaking some archaic language. He must be one of them.
He is, yeah. Okay, so you had a stealth. Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to take a shot at him? I'll let you have a shot with a crossbow if you...
Yeah,
you prestidigitated. Sorry, that's your action.
I did. That's my 2 actions, though, yeah.
My bad. Eric the Cleric.
Yes.
What do you want to do? And Arnie, you're on deck after Eric, so have a think about what you're up to.
So I feel my primary responsibility at this moment is to protect Lily. So I will say, Lily, hide quietly, and then I will step off onto the south side and begin searching the forest, because most people are on the north side.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm going to start heading off in this direction.
Yep.
To try and find trouble, try and interject my paunch between bad guys and the youngster.
Okay.
Mace in hand, and the words of St. Barbara as she fought the beast. St. Barbara and the beast, that well-remembered passage you will all know. I will be reciting it as I advance into the forest.
Okay, so
verily she did venture into the forest to find the mighty beast.
You start marching authoritatively towards the forest, waving your mace about. When this happens to you,
get shot in the head.
Oh, no, crossbow comes whizzing across your nose and buries itself into the bush, followed by a second one that actually hits you. I'm assuming a 21 hits you.
No, because of the blessings of St. Barbara.
Unfortunately, this appears to be a crossbow bolt that has no knowledge of St. Barbara and her blessings, and thuds into you for 3 piercing damage.
Things
so
that
you
are
are
not
now
aware of St.
standing
Barbara
there.
don't exist. I reject your theological constructs of this setting.
You do, however, look
shot, Eric.
So the other crossbow bolt is sticking out of your mace. So it hit the mace, the other one hit you. So you take 3 piercing damage.
Boo!
And that, I believe, is the end of your turn.
Burn the GM for heresy.
One of those little circles above your head represents your health, so you can actually duck your health down.
Yeah.
I can move loads, right? I can move like 24.
You
That's
can
4 squares, John.
You can move 6 squares. Each square on there represents 5 feet. So you have, I believe, 30 feet of movement, so you can move up to 6 squares.
I'm going right up to Ralph, and I'm going to grab him by the balls, and I'm going to say, you need to call your boys off. If you don't, I'm going to have these.
Okay, so that's very cute. So are you making an unarmed strike against him? Are you trying to grapple him?
I'm going to grapple his balls.
Oh my god.
Grapple.
Okay.
So,
Oh my god, going straight for the coin pouch. That's
absolutely. So make me just a straight attack roll.
A straight attack roll. What does that consist of?
Do you have unarmed strike on your list of attacks on your character sheet?
Apparently not.
Okay, so just pick a weapon, any weapon, and roll an attack roll, and we'll see what you get.
I will roll this. It's kind of a bit axey. Maybe I'm putting my axe to his balls.
Yeah. So he needs to try and save against that. How did he do? Yep. You try and grab him by the unmentionables, but he twists out of your grasp, and you cannot seem to.
There's nothing worse than a twisted coin pouch.
Yeah, mate.
So I miss his balls. Great.
You do miss his balls, unfortunately.
You grasp the air between
put
his
the willies
legs.
up him though, right?
Is there anything else that you would like to do? Do you have a bonus action or anything? You probably want to rage if you're a barbarian.
Yeah, rage me, man. I'm very angry that I missed that.
Okay. So, yes, your eyes light up and you start to froth at the mouth, and rage comes into your eyes and your hair starts to stick out in a way that those unfamiliar with you would find very intimidating.
I'm just going to...
With
that. So what can I do with this rage thing going on?
Okay, rage when you do hit somebody allows you to do a little bit of extra damage, but it's something you need to turn on. So you've now turned it on. So next turn you are still raging.
Cool.
That's a barbarian feature that you have. So you've basically gone bugfuck nuts.
Sweet.
And that's the way you like it.
And now Captain Rolf is going to punch you in the head.
If you don't do something every turn, you lose your rage. You just got a punch now. You are only raged.
Okay.
You have to either inflict damage or take damage, or at least make an attack. Okay, so you have marched right up to Captain Rolf, and he looks at you and says, "My, you're a big one," and he puts his scimitar in you. Oh, for a nat 20! You come raging up to him, and he dances out of the way of your grapple and then pokes you for 9 points of slashing damage.
What the fix? This is fixed.
Fix.
And that's only his first attack.
It's half damage because you're raging, though.
Oh, yes, it is half damage because you are raging.
9 points.
So that rounds down to 4.
It does.
Oh, what? The 9 points went down to 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're raging.
All right.
And I'm assuming your armor class is higher than 11.
Let me just readjust.
Yes.
Okay, so the second attack completely misses.
Yay!
Okay, but on Captain Rolf's turn, this happens. His dog looks at you, and there's a shimmering of the air, and the dog disappears.
Uh-oh.
And suddenly appears behind you.
Oh, no!
And bites you on the behind. This is Titus the Bleak Dog.
Oh my God, it's a
He is
goblin
going to
wizard
bite
dog.
you.
Magic dogs!
Does
Is this
a
where we see
15
Arnie's
hit you?
Love Heart boxers?
Johnny, does a 15 hit you?
Does a 15 hit me?
Do you have
Yeah,
an
what is your
class
armor class?
of 15?
Armor class is 15.
That he got exactly what he needed. You take, so it's halved again. You take 2 points of arse damage from being
2 points of
bitten
arse
in the
damage.
arse by Titus the dog. So just 2 points of damage, but there is
Right.
now a dog attached to your backside.
The dog's doing its Arnie impression.
Get to the chopper. Okay,
Come on, let's do it.
so yeah, Captain Rolf is
You're pretty badly mulched, didn't you?
just says, "Good boy, Titus."
I am pretty messed up, yeah. From the casual ball grabbing From a casual ball grabbing, I am bleeding somewhat.
You did run into combat. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. He can make it to there. So you hear a bellowing noise from behind you, and a very small dwarfy person appears next to you as Thunderguts turns up and has a go with his battle axe. And he's going to do that. Oh, awesome. He's going to have a shield bash first.
Gosh.
18. That is actually a hit. That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage to Captain Rolf. So, yeah, this dwarf appears next to you, Arnie, and slams his shield into Captain Rolf and goes, "Oof, that's a bit rough, man." And then there is a whir of a blade past your ear as Thunderguts uses his battle axe. 15. Where are you, Captain Rolf?
6 slashing
Your
damage.
armor class. That does hit him. He takes another 6 points of damage. So yes, after the failed attempt to grab his nethers, yeah, he's taken a couple of very big hits from Thunderguts.
Sweet.
Okay, so that is the end of Thunderguts' turn. We now are round back again to the bandits. Kaiser, you see next to you a couple of bandits. They actually appear, you can see them because they attacked you last time.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just
I
going to
also
turn all the
removed
rest on.
my 3 hit points, which I forgot to do earlier. I thought you were doing all that, so I've just made the adjustment.
No, you've got to.
Do it
Dude,
yourself.
I'm
Do
doing
it.
everybody else.
No, it's fine. I just
Yeah.
wasn't sure that you were doing it.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I've got my
so-
hold attack. So those 2 bandits you've added, are they now visible?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yes. So these 2 guys down this way actually revealed themselves when they had to go at the Kaiser. So you may indeed shoot at them with your crossbow.
Okay,
Please
I'll
do.
take a
Thank
shot
you for
at
removing-
Crazy Eyes.
Okay, go for it.
Is it an attack? Is it an advantage attack from behind?
No.
Why
That's
not?
for flanking. Like if you're both within 5
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah,
and then
they're
you-
not actively in any way resisting being shot, though, are they? Is what I'm saying.
Well, they are. They've popped out of cover and they're popping back. But yeah, so a 16 is a hit for those guys. How much damage did you do?
How do I
So you
figure
can
out the
just
damage?
click
Sorry.
on the word hand crossbow in the chat there, and it should actually roll the damage for you.
Oh, if I click it in the chat, okay.
There you go. So
Okay,
that
does my sneak attack come into play here? Because it says
No.
you don't need advantage of the attack if the enemy is within 5 feet, isn't
he's
capacitated.
not within 5 feet of any of your allies.
And I don't have advantage, do I?
You do not. However, you do see that it's the crossbow bolt sinks into his back, and you hear him cry out a sailorly oath. So you can see that these guys are dressed very similarly to Captain Rolf, perhaps not as flamboyantly, but they do appear to be sailors, which is a very weird thing to find in the forest. So after your opportunity attack goes off, it is their turn, and you hear them say, "Get the girl." And Crazy Eyes and his companion, who I'm zoomed out too far enough to see, Nettie Seagoon. They run up to Lily Lavender, and Crazy Eyes is going to try and grab her. So he is, with advantage, because his mate's going to help him, going to try and grab her. He rolled an 18, which is very good. She
Failed to hide. Boo.
She almost wriggles out. In fact, she dodges Crazy Eyes, but as she dodges, Nettie Seagoon grabs her and says, "Go on, come with us, girl." So they now have her firmly captured.
Luckily,
Ooh.
she has a bell around her neck, so we actually
Yeah.
He is indeed belled.
Andy.
Okay. All right. So more bad guys. Kaiser, he can hit you from there. So, what's his name? Fast Fingers is going to crossbow you.
Isn't the cart in the way?
Cart.
It's over the back of the horses.
Through Old Man
Draw a line of
Lavender.
sight.
Magical bolt.
I will give you partial cover.
Well, it missed anyway.
So that will increase your armor class enough. What's your armor class?
18, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm wearing metal.
Yeah, you are. So that wouldn't have hit you anyway, but yeah, it thwacks into the cart next to Old Man Lavender, who says something Anglo-Saxon. And, yep. Rusty, however, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he is going to dong Old Man Lavender
Is he
with his scimitar.
Give you a good dogging, sir.
Okay, so that's not a nat 20 because he didn't actually have advantage on that, but it is actually enough to hit the guy. And Kaiser, you can see it. Nico, you can see it. And in fact, Blade Turner, from where you are, you can see it. You see Old Man Lavender slump and fall down between his horses.
Boo.
There we go.
Oh, he's been snailed.
He has been snailed.
Oh.
So yes, he has now fallen.
Okay.
Does snail mean dead?
Sorry? No. That's just to remind me that there's something going on with him.
Oh, okay. It's a sign that you will never use ever in this game. So
Absolutely. All right. Actually, the lunatic is going to run up to you, Blade Turner, and he is going to try and scimitarize you. So he comes running out of the bush and waves his scimitar in your general direction. Does a 12 hit you?
No, I'm a class 15.
He looks a bit embarrassed. Okay, no hard feelings.
I swear this never happens to me normally. I normally dong very well.
Okay, I think that's all of those that are doing anything this turn. Blade Turner, this guy has just come and tried to insert a sword into you while you were facing the other way.
Wrong order.
What would you like to do? And Nico, you're next
Keep
up.
the higher ground, my brother. Fight from advantage.
So I have the higher ground here, Anakin. Surely that gives me an advantage.
You're forgetting the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi actually fights better from the lower ground. Every combat that he wins is from the lower ground. You watch those films again, he always wins from that. It's just a trick. It's real. It's a trick.
Okay, I'm going to attack the lunatic.
Okay.
With 2 weapons. So I'm going to have a rapier in my right hand, which is my normal hand, and my dagger of venom in my offhand.
Okay, so your actual attack is the rapier, so make your rapier attack. Oh, that would be a nat 1. Make me a dex save.
Again, is he not fighting from advantage for having the higher ground?
Nope, absolutely not. Not in D&D.
Do I just
He's
click
fighting from
dexterity
the higher
check?
ground in the back of a potato cart. It's not it's higher ground.
Okay. Your cat-like reflexes mean you don't tumble off the cart and fall at this guy's feet with your big swing and a miss for a nat 1. So no, you manage to keep your footing. So you may make your bonus attack with your dagger. Are you going to use its special ability?
Oh, it was, yes. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Oosh.
Oh, yeah, 21 will hit. Go and do him some damage.
Normally.
So that's 9 points. Don't know why it's giving 2 rolls, but
I think you've still got advantage set. You need to click off of it on
it's
roll
doing
20.
something weird. No, you actually see your dagger. So you miss with your rapier. You steady yourself. You thrust down with your dagger in your offhand, and you see it plunge deep into his chest. And his look of embarrassment from a moment before becomes a look of bewilderment, and he looks very hurt. So in D&D terms, when someone falls below half their hit points, they have a condition called bloodied. And this guy is very bloodied. That hurt him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Dagger of Venom is supposed to do some poison damage as well, isn't it?
It says it does get +1 to attack, damage rolls, magic weapon. You can cause an action to thick black poisonous coat the blade. The poison remains for 1 minute or until an attack using this weapon hits a creature. That creature must succeed a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or take 2d10 damage and become poisoned for 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So he needs to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become poisoned. So you remember all that stuff I said about him looking bloodied? Yeah. Hang on, come on, down we go. He does actually make his save, so he is not poisoned. But does he take the damage? Or take 2d10 and become poisoned? And so that was your poison stab, and unfortunately it didn't work.
Okay.
So you cannot use it as a poison dagger again until the next dawn.
So when I did that attack, does that count as my 2 actions, the one left-right combo?
So one is your attack action. So with your rapier, you hit him with your attack action. Then you can use a bonus action, because you have 2-weapon fighting, to stab him with your offhand.
Okay, because my assassin's inclination is to finish him off.
Yeah, you don't have a chance to do that at this stage. You've used all the actions that you have.
Not this 6 seconds. Next 6 seconds.
Yeah, not this 6 seconds. You'll have to do him in next 6 seconds.
Right.
So it's Nico next.
It's me.
Okay, yes, Nico, it is your turn. Sorry.
I wish to use my unlimited power, which is
unlimited power.
It's exactly what it looks like. It's going to be a lightning bolt. I do need to move first, though, but I'm going to have a go. I've heard the tinkling of the bell in the background, and I feel like that's a little more important that we don't lose someone. So I'm going to take a little wander over into the woodland over here.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use Eldritch Blast upon the man named Neddy Seagoon, please.
Okay. So you push your hands together and an arcane light arcs between your palms and you push it out Hadouken style. And you need to make an attack roll against Neddy Seagoon, please.
Ranged spell attack. Okay.
It should be, you should have Eldritch Blast in your attacks on your core character sheet.
Sadly, it is
with
not
your other
there.
weapons and stuff.
No, it's not there, but I can find it.
Okay. Should
that
be
is
there.
Interesting. It should be there. Yeah, I completely agree. It should be there. I don't know why it's not. It should have come in automatically.
Yep, it should have. Sorry, this is me checking out your character sheet.
Range spell attack. When I hit the character, takes 1d10 force damage. So I need to hit him. I'll just use something else. I'll use my crossbow and see if I hit. Because that will be the same bonuses. Is that right?
No, make a ranged spell attack.
Oh, spell attack. So that'd be on my DC.
Yeah, just click any of your other spells that are an attack, so they appear on your character sheet, and we'll just apply the.
I'll go for Hellish Rebuke for now.
Yep.
He'll probably get rid of my spell slot, but that'll do. No, that's just a dexterity save. Let's try Burning Hands. Let's try them all.
Yeah, there we go. A 12. Right. Does a 12 hit Neddy Seagoon? His armor class is 11. So, yes, you Hadouken out towards this guy, and like the swarm missiles that you see in old Robotech films, this thing arcs and curves around and then whacks into Neddy Seagoon's back. Now, how much damage does that do? 1d10.
D10.
Yep. So can I roll that for you?
Yeah, go for it.
D10. 6 points of damage.
Okay, I'll get this all set up for next time.
That's okay. All right. So yeah, he does not look happy as this little ball of arcane energy spirals over and smacks him in the back of the head, and he says, "Ouch."
Okay, I'm very glad I made an ouch.
Did he drop Lily? Because he's the one that snagged her in the end, isn't it? The other guy went for her, but he got her.
They're both actually holding her at the moment. So Nettie was actually helping Crazy Eyes. So between the two of them, they've got her grabbed.
Right.
So he does not let her go.
Just remember,
It just
Eric.
affects what I'm going to do, you see.
Because Eric, just remember that Crazy Eyes has a crossbow bolt sticking out between his shoulder blades at the minute.
Both of these guys do not look happy. Crazy Eyes does have a crossbow bolt sticking out between his shoulder blades, and Nettie just took a nasty wound to the back of the head. So these guys are looking a bit... Life was not good to them this morning. So what would you like to do? And Arnie, you're on deck next, so have a think about what you want to do to Captain Rolf or the dog.
So there's no such thing as a charge action, is there?
There isn't.
No. So I'm just trying to work out what is my most favorable attack. And I think...
Tell you what, he is engaged with Lily, even though she's not armed. If you step forward to here, can you see where I'm indicating?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Directly across from her, you will make melee attacks with advantage.
Okay, let's give that a go. Let's bash him on the back of the head with the
Okay,
old...
Bonks Bash, initiate.
By St. Barbara, as she did smite the mighty beast.
With an 11. So you take your mace and you wind it up, and with your imprecation to St. Barbara, you wallop, and it hits in exactly the same place that Nico's Eldritch Blast hit, and you hear all the breath come out of him as he slumps forward and goes limp and falls.
And mightily she did smite one of the beastlings.
Yep, you smoterated him. All right. So he is down. You still have movement if you would like to move some more. You don't have any more attack, but
if I move, can I if I go here, can I engage Crazy Eye so he can't run off with Lily? Is that a thing?
Yeah, if you are within 5 feet of him, if he does not take the disengage action, you can thwack him as he leaves.
Right. So, because that's my fear, is him running off with Lily.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah. So you are now, you're engaged with him. So that's probably actually a good move. Okay.
Well, unless he turns around and beats me up, but you know, we can't win everything.
Yeah. All right. So Arnie, what's up with you?
What's up with me is I pushed a button and my character sheet is like not what it was, so I can't click anything. So that's where we're at the moment. So
all right. So if you look at your character sheet, you probably clicked a thing at the top to get off your core character sheet. So
bio and info or attributes and abilities.
If you click on that, all your fun stuff should come back.
Sorry, if I click on what?
Okay, so you're still on your character sheet. At the top, there's a thing that says core, bio, or spells. Needs to be on core to see all your bits and pieces.
Core, bio, or spells. I've got bio and info, character sheet, attributes and abilities in there.
Are you on character
further
sheet?
down, so under the Dungeons and Dragons logo, on the right-hand side. So you're looking at your character sheet?
Right. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, down there.
Yeah, below that.
I think I'm back. Am I back?
Hey.
I'm back.
You're back.
You're all right.
So what do you want to do to this
What
guy?
happened? I want to punch him in the dick. No, I don't. I want to slap him with my battle axe.
Okay.
I've got a battle axe.
So your previous nad grabbing strategy hasn't worked for you, so you whip out your battle axe.
Yeah, literally.
And yeah, you go to give him a wallop.
Ah!
Duncan FX says, you didn't give Johnny a resin character sheet, did you? Because he's broken that thing in half.
Oh, wow. Okay. 24. Yeah, so you
19.
pull out your battle axe, bravely ignoring the dog that is still chewing on your buttocks. You slam your battle axe with a cry of rage into Captain Rolf's face, and you do him the absolute minimum damage you could have done to him by rolling a 1. So that's 4 for slashing damage and 2 for rage. So that's 6 points of damage, and you have chipped a tooth of his.
Oh, mate, I'm kicking ass.
It was his favourite
Taking
tooth.
name. Good. And then I'm going to do a spinneroonie and attack him again, right?
No, you only get 1 attack action.
Boo!
You can
I dunno,
run away,
can I
or
no, I'm in it till the end, man. I'm going to die horribly.
okay.
Is there anything else I can do? Special doofers? Can I pet the dog? I've got animal handling.
Yeah, as
Can
a
I
free
calm the
action, you
dog?
can pet the dog.
I'm going to click on animal handling, right?
Okay. If you fail it, I'll have it bite you.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's what we're here for.
There we go. I rolled a thing.
Okay, it is hostile to you. It takes a snap at your hand, but misses.
Damn you, doggy.
Okay. So is that the end of your turn?
I think so, unless there's anything else I can do. I'm pretty pissed.
I'm just
spinning
very
around with the
conscious
battle
that
axe.
we've gone well over time.
Well over. Isn't the dog currently attached to your sweet Jaxie, John?
It
Yes,
is.
my ass.
You tried to
Somebody
pet him
shoots
while
it.
he's paying you.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it
more
is.
like,
It's a
calm
very
down,
only thing to do.
get it off my ass.
Okay, it is actually Captain Rolf's turn. So Captain Rolf is going to pay you back for that tooth, and he has multi-attack. So he's going to try and insert a scimitar into you.
Ooh.
Oh, 24.
He's
So you take
dogged
6
good.
points of slashing damage. Oh no, 3, because you are raging.
He's learning you, John.
What
And
is
you
this
can
dude all
see-
about?
Oh, he gets advantage because the dog
flanked.
is biting your ass.
Titus
Okay,
says
so
he
he's
wants to
going
see
to
you.
stick another scimitar in you.
So I've just taken 3, right, from that first one.
3. What's your armor class?
15.
Better than 11.
Yeah, so the second one doesn't do you anything.
I'm down to 6,
Okay.
dudes. I'm getting my ass kicked.
Captain Rolf spits some of the blood from his chipped tooth at you.
You can't,
Okay,
you
it's
can't tell us how
Thundergut's
much health
turn.
you have, Johnny. You can't tell us how much health you have. On a scale of 1 to 15, how are you feeling?
Okay, Thunderguts moves around to
It's only
attack
pain.
Captain Rolf, but in doing so opens himself up to an attack from Titus the dog, because he has moved out of Titus's range. Titus is going to bite him. Excellent. So where's your bite? D6 plus 1. So he's going to take 4 points of bitey damage. Okay, so he has now got around, so he has advantage. So where are you, Thunderguts? You have advantage. Okay, he is going to do another shield bash. So he is going to smash Captain Rolf in the back of the head for a 21. So that's 3 points of bludgeoning damage to Captain Rolf, who still does not look bloodied. but he's going to follow that up with a one-handed battle axe attack for another 5. So you guys are standing here in a little line, a conga line of damage, beating the snot out of each other.
It's always worrying when the NPCs are doing better than you.
The NPCs are being run by me. I'm very good. Okay.
Highly skilled at randomized activities.
Absolutely. I'm going to make him. So it is the bandit's turn now. He is going to make a wisdom check. Yeah. Okay. He is stupid though, so yes, he's going to attack you. So he is going to scimitar you, Blade Turner.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
You take 5 points of slashing damage as you can see Ackley the lunatic covered in blood. You can see his one good eye staring out of a face covered in blood, but he still slashes at you with his scimitar, and he's giggling to himself as he slashes you across the legs.
I'll be back.
Okay. That takes me under half, so...
Sorry?
Now you are bloodied.
He is absolutely bloodied, well and truly. He was given an order. So Crazy Eyes is going to try and drag the girl away. So he's going to make an opposed strength check against the girl. 14 is enough. She can't resist that. So he goes 5, 10, 15. He can only move that far because she is dragging him back. Now, Eric the Cleric, as he leaves this square, you actually get an opportunity attack. So you can dong him with your mace because he's just trying to run away from you. He's not paying sufficient attention. So if you want to take an attack at him, you may do so as a reaction.
You're muted.
Kaiser?
He's muted himself.
Oh dear.
He's still going.
I'm muted. What I really want to do is stop him from getting away. And what I'd like to do
the only thing you can do at this stage, it's his turn, but he has moved out of your range. So the only thing you can do, I suppose, if you don't dong him, you could try and tackle him.
Well, that was what I was about to say. I will use my body weight
to do so.
Your prestigious body weight to grapple the gentleman.
My substantial body weight, yeah. I just want to dive into him and knock him to the ground.
Okay, so to do so, you will have to drop your weapon.
Yeah.
But you may do so.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep. Okay, so make an attack against him.
Make an attack.
Yes, just do a weapon attack and we'll see how you roll against him. Okay. Yeah, that's plenty. So you crash tackle him and you stop him there. You don't do him any damage, but he's grabbed the girl and you've now grabbed him and he has been prevented from moving away.
I mean, surely being tackled whilst you've got a crossbow bolt in your back is going to do you some damage.
The crossbow bolt's just flavour.
Tasty.
Okay, although what you do see, Eric the Cleric, is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
another 20
30,
guys.
This is actually really impressive because you see Rusty do one of those 1970s cop show police rolls.
Oh, he does a shatter roll.
Top of the cart and
TJ
drops down. And
across the potatoes, across the barrels, it was a real thing.
Across the slumped figure of old man Lavender, and he sticks a scimitar in you as you're trying to deal with his mate, and he does you 2 points of slashing damage because he rolled the absolute minimum that he could on his attack.
You know what he is?
He's right shatter.
Take another 2 points of damage.
Yeah. I got shattered.
He can't see anything, so he is going to change his position 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he is going to fire his crossbow at Arnie's the closest target. Okay, Arnie, while you're busy petting the dog and smashing Captain Rolf, suddenly there's a whizzing noise as a light crossbow bolt shoots past you, narrowly misses Captain Rolf, and disappears further into the forest. And you hear an Anglo-Saxon term uttered.
I think Arnie's cast an invisibility spell.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He's gone off to the stream next door, as he'd put it.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it missed him, so it doesn't matter. Blade Turner, it's your turn.
I feel that this may be my final stand.
And Nico,
I'm
you're
gonna...
up next. So.
Oh, I'll just do... I'm going to try and plunge my rapier into the guy in front of me.
Yeah, absolutely. You may do that.
Plunge.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, so click on the name to do him some damage.
9 piercing.
Okay, 9 piercing. So you plunge your rapier down, and the one eye that you could see of Ackley the lunatic rolls back into his head, and he slumps down. So he has now fallen. He is down. You still have a move and a bonus action attack. So you could move somewhere like over here behind Crazy Eyes and give him a dagger enema.
I think I should do that. I shall move to here.
Yep. Yeah. So you are across with Kaiser or Eric the Cleric.
Probe him.
Yep.
You get advantage.
And I shall...
you get advantage. You can have sneak attack as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, murder him.
Go and do him in,
Barbara
stab him with
Cross.
the dagger.
So I'm still
You can
holding the
do
dagger
it.
of venom, but it doesn't get its special bit.
Yeah, it doesn't get the special hit, but 16 is enough. You plunge it into his back while he's too busy trying to deal with Eric the Cleric and Lily Lavender and stuff.
So that's 9.
So that's 9 piercing. Well,
No
that's
damage.
more than the 3 hit points he had left. So, yes, he will die. But he also gets whatever you would have rolled for sneak attack damage. But it
Oh, the
doesn't really
clerics.
matter because
Speaking in
he's
tongues.
gone.
Well, I'm going to roll it anyway to see what it came up with. 6.
Oh, well done. So you rolled max on your 1d6 for that, so you would have taken another 6. So you've sliced and diced this guy, and he slumps, and Lily is now released.
Yeah, that sneak attack is I'm stabbing him on the floor, just to make sure.
Absolutely, yep. So, Eric, you actually see the dagger come out through this guy's chest and then withdraw, and through the hole you can see...
Through the hole?
through the hole. You can
Hello,
see a flash of
sailor.
purple skin. And, yeah.
Cool.
All right, so Blade Turner, that is the end of your go. That was a pretty impressive turn. Nico, what would you like to do?
I'm going to go for a little wander, I think. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. I'm going to use prestidigitation again. I can do as many times as I like.
Yep.
And I'm going to create a taste in Captain Rolf's mouth.
What's the range of prestidigitation?
I think 60. Let me check it. Oh, 10 feet. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Sorry.
way too far. Okay, I'll do that to fast fingers instead. No, I'll just shoot the man.
Yeah, shoot him. That's probably best because he's more
I'll
than
go-
10 feet away from him as well.
Yeah, I'll go that way. I'll use my unlimited power, and I'll hit
Eldritch blast him.
fast fingers.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack.
One moment, please. I'll set one up. Hopefully that worked. There you go, Eldritch Blast.
12. Well, that's interesting because that's his armor class.
Excellent.
So you hit him for 5 points of damage.
Mhm.
He is not yet bloodied, but you do see that he is now singed. His very nice white sailor shirt with poofy sleeves is currently somewhat ragged and has a bloody hole in the back of it now.
Excellent. That's how I like my sailors.
And my cat has just come because he wonders what I'm doing still. Hey, Madge. Okay, Nico, is there anything else you would like to do otherwise?
I have taken my 2 activities.
Okay, Eric the cleric, you're up. Arnie, you're up next.
Roger that.
Arnie, you are looking fairly unhappy, I believe, on the old health front.
I'm bleeding lots.
Okay. All right, Eric the cleric, what are you doing?
I am considering my next move. Ha So I had to drop my mace. So I am considering my spells, and I'm not sure entirely what they all do because I'm not a pro. So what I was looking at.
You can scoop your mace up as a free action because you haven't got anything else in your hands. I will allow you to, in your 6 seconds, bend over and grab it because you haven't moved away.
But I'm halfway to meeting St. Barbara in the flesh, as it were, or in the post flesh. So I was considering, calling upon her guidance in the form of a guiding bolt. But I don't know whether I can make a ranged attack at this point, and whether that spell has got any kind of area of effect where I would find that.
So all the stuff for your spells is on your character sheet. If you go to the bit that says spells, so
you have to make a ranged spell attack, so you would be at disadvantage because you're within attack range of someone.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas inflict wounds would be a melee attack, would it?
Which would
inflict
not be
wounds would be, you grab him by the nuts and try and inflict quite a lot of necrotic damage on him.
Yeah. Having wrestled with the first beast, St. Barbara verily did smote the second. Necrotic. Let's do it.
All right. So make a melee spell attack. It should be in your attack list on your character sheet.
Click that. Did it do it?
Oh. I can't get the concept
of
at
what level.
Necrotic ballsack out of my head. This is
look at that!
Okay. You know that scene in Indiana Jones where they open up the to the Nazi guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You reach out and grab him by his tackle, and the dark necrotic damage pulses out of your fingers, and you see his flesh melt away as St. Barbara hears your call and pushes an absolute shit ton of magical radiant energy or necrotic energy through this guy, and he goes from unhurt to insta-dead. He's not just dead, he is
nutsack.
liquefied. Absolutely liquefied. And his remains drop onto his nice sailory boots.
And all over my hands, presumably.
A pair of smoking boots.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I can move.
You can move. You could talk to Lily Lavender. You could do all
I need
sorts
to
of
pick
things.
Lily up because she's on the floor. Are you all right, Lily? Up you get.
Yep. So you can help her up. That's great.
So I'll be looking to, if possible, sort of move around here with Lily. Can she be moved?
Absolutely, and she is willing, so she'll come with you. She is looking a little wide-eyed because you just melted somebody, and she's never seen that happen before.
Neither have I.
You can feel the hand of St. Barbara on your shoulder guiding you.
Does the hand of St. Barbara do necrotic damage?
Yeah. I now actually start believing myself.
All right, so is that the end of your turn? Can I move on to Arnie?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Arnie, you are still getting bitten in the backside by the dog.
Can I just roll out of the way? I've got I'm quite acrobatic.
Titus didn't bite you again last turn.
Sorry?
All right. That's my bad. I just realised Titus didn't try and bite you in the ass again last turn. Because
He
he's
just
going
came away
to
with a trouser. That was it. He didn't get him.
Okay, so you want to try and roll away. The problem is you're engaged before and behind. As you leave, they will get stabbed.
Am I just going to get smashed?
You. Oh, hang on. If you don't want to make an attack, you can take the disengage action, and they will have disadvantage to hit you.
Oh God!
You will
Actually,
lose
I
your
think the
rage,
disengage
though.
action, they can't hit you at all.
It sounds like I need. Well, I might as well just hang on to my rage and keep swinging around with my stupid battle axe that can't do any damage.
Well,
I think
you can
maybe
give it a
that's what I'll
waggle.
do. Sorry?
Give it a waggle.
Give it a
Are you going
waggle?
to attack Captain Rolf or the dog?
It's going to be Rolf, man.
Yeah, he's still looking pretty intact.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's going to kill me dead.
Somebody's got to
what I'm
pound
here
him into
for.
the dirt.
I need Eric to come and grab his nutsack. Right. I'm going to slap him with the battle axe. Ready? Oosh. Come on. Roll big.
Yeah, 12 isn't going to do it, unfortunately.
Oh, my God.
He's wearing armor. So, no,
Well,
you don't hit him.
There we go.
He
Fetal
definitely
position.
does. Oh, hang on. Thunderguts is directly across from you.
Advantage.
You roll with advantage, so please roll another attack.
Oh, boo. I knew that. Let me give the thing back up.
Come on,
So
you
do the same thing again.
Same again. Advantage. Click. Come down here.
There's a 17 with
Skadoosh!
4 damage this time.
Yeah, that'll hit him. So 15 hits him.
4 damage.
And I'll take the initial damage, which was 13. So yeah, it thunders home, and you can see that actually you've already chipped one of his teeth, but he is now looking unhappy.
Have I broken a nail now?
Oh, he has a big battle axe mark on his face.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Yes,
Is there anything
not a
else
lot
you'd
of
like to
ways
do in
of
your
being
turn?
hit in the face with an axe that are not pretty serious.
So that's me then. Time to get beaten up.
That is you. Oh, awesome. Okay. So it's now Captain Rolf's turn,
Oh, God.
and he is going to try and smack you in the face because you have just hurt him. So I need to find. Come here, Captain Rolf. So Captain Rolf is going to make a scimitar attack at you.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
At 21, so that's 8 points of slashing damage.
so 4. So you're still
So
just
4.
alive.
Because you're raging.
I'm in a bad way, guys.
Okay, and he is going to try and do that again because he's got multi-attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, this
That's
is balls.
so that's another 3.
Down, boy.
I
So
did.
you are unconscious.
To dust.
So what happens in D&D is once you reach 0 hit points, you fall unconscious. In your next turn, you will take the decompose action. So you will make a death saving throw, and we'll see whether, because you might stabilize at 0 hit points and not die, or you might bleed out. So next turn, we'll get to make you a death saving throw.
Sweet.
But there is, of course, magical healing and stuff happening, so good things might happen to you. So that's Captain Rolf's go. I rolled for Titus the dog, who's going on Captain Rolf's go, and he got his, he recharged his teleport. So his outline wavers and he disappears and appears behind Thunderguts and goes to bite him on the behind. The little hard.
It really is a butt dog, isn't he?
For a 20.
Some dogs are different, but
And that's D6 plus 1. 6 plus 1. 4. 3 points of damage into Thunderguts, who says, ow, but does not look overly perturbed. So it is now Thunderguts' go. Sorry, there's a lot of NPCs all at once just here. I'll just try and flip through them fairly quickly. Thunderguts is going to make his multi-attack. There is a clang as he sees Arnie go down, as he drops his shield, grabs his battle axe in both hands, and starts to crits into the back of Captain Rolf's head.
20 damage.
20 points. Captain Rolf now looks bloodied.
Oh, okay.
And because he's got multi-attack,
head and he's not dead.
He's not dead. And the next roll misses because he doesn't have advantage anymore because Arnie went down. So he does not put him down this turn. So that brings me back to my smaller cast of merry men at the moment.
It's just Fast Fingers left.
It's just
yeah,
Fast
there is
Fingers.
just Fast Fingers left. Sorry, I was just... Nettie Seagoon is down. Fast Fingers is
dog.
not stupid.
I
Yeah,
don't
the
remind
dog
about the
as well.
dog. Oh, come on.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Don't remind
30.
the teacher about the homework. Jesus, I haven't done it.
I think the
And
score
he's
between
gonna
me
take
and
the
Eric
dash
the cleric
action,
is 2.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can't quite make it off the map this turn.
Is he scooching? Is he getting out of it?
You're making me
Fast
scroll the map
Fingers
again,
is
aren't you? I'm trying to
making
keep up
like
with
his
it.
name. He is running for his life.
Skidoosh, mate.
Blade Turner, it is your turn. Nico, you're up after him.
I think it's about time I do something fun. So I'm going to go 1, 2.
Have we not been having fun?
I'm trying to
Come
think
back
where I
down.
can see. I'm going to go up here on top of this car, and I can see Rolf from there. Would you agree?
Ooh, let me check. I think, because there are trees in the way, you can see Rolf. You can make an attack, but he gets partial cover.
I'm not going to make an attack.
Oh,
I'm
you're going
gonna-
to cast a spell?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Dancing Lights to put a ring of lights around his head so that to try and blind him.
Cool. Okay, so chuck Dancing Lights up into the chat so we can all see what it does.
I am trying to figure out how to do that.
Come on, load
Just click on the
down.
name.
Yeah, under spells, yeah, just click on the name.
That
How
work?
about that?
There we go.
Did that work? Dancing lights. You create up to 4 torch-sized lights and torches, yada, yada, yada. Size, 10 foot, 60 foot, cool. It is not actually an attack spell, but I'll make him make a Constitution save to not be blinded. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. Captain the Rolf, how about you make a Constitution save for me, big boy? Ooh, a 7 is not going to do it. Yep, so he will have disadvantage on his attacks now until the end of your next turn.
And that's both my actions.
Yep, so you moved. Dancing Lights is an action. Yeah, there isn't any bonusy actions you can do. Cool. Nico, you're up.
I reckon this Fast Fingers fella knows something,
Huh?
and that's why he's sprinting. That's why he's sprinting for the woods. I'm gonna get after him.
Okay, so you can
Fine.
take the dash action if you like. So you can move 30 feet, so that's 6 squares.
Oh no, I'm gonna get after him with a crossbow bolt.
He's broken line of sight. He's disappeared off into the woods. You would have
Can
to...
I not? Oh, okay, I can move.
You
up and
can't see him. He is behind thick bush.
Mhm.
All
Sorry
right.
about that.
No, that's okay. It's okay. I
If
don't
you
want
would
to head
like to
into.
reconsider your action based on that information, you may do so.
I'll still move there to get a decent shot that doesn't accidentally hit Arnie in the prone body.
Okay.
I will take a shot over at Thunderguts if that's cool.
So you're
Oh,
attacking your own
Thunderguts.
party?
Oh yeah, that
Attacking
fella. No,
Thunderguts.
sorry. The name Thunderguts is over the picture of
Okay.
Rolf
Rolf.
Harris. So I'm going to fire
Okay.
over at him.
Again, you're going through an awful lot of fairly thick foliage there, so he will get
All right, fella. All right.
a lot of cover.
Okay, give me a second to move somewhere a bit better than 1, 2, 3.
You could probably move somewhere along here where what's his name
get to
had been
there.
and get. Yeah, that's a good shot. You can do that
Excellent.
from there.
Then I might as well use my Eldritch Blast at that point.
Blast him.
Yeah. 21, bad boy. 3 damage though. So.
How do you want to do this?
Oh.
So, yeah, he goes down.
What I would like is to have like a continuous electrical blast, and he goes down on one knee, and then I'm saying something along the lines of, "You cannot defeat me."
Yes, you may do that, and his eyes bug out, and then they roll back in his head, and he slumps down.
Oh, it's got all fizzy.
Oh, it's got me fizzy.
All right, a silence descends on the.
Before the silence descends,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use, because we're out of combat, I'll use prestidigitation to make my eyes glow,
You may indeed do that.
and I'm gonna walk up to him and grab him by the lapel and just ask him, "Is there anybody else here? Where are they? I know they're here."
Okay.
Strangely, whilst you're doing that, my lights have formed a little halo around your head.
And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to gurgle some blood on the floor here.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
else's
deal
job.
with John.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna deal with Arnie.
hang on. It was still Nico's turn, so you've come up and you're doing stuff. The dog is looking at you.
Oh yeah.
I don't care about that dog.
Not actually out of combat yet.
I don't give a shit about the dog. Where are
Okay.
they?
The dog gives a shit about you. So Eric the cleric, it is actually your turn. You're still in combat.
I forgot
I'm
about the
pretty
dog.
sure that we said we didn't want to fight the dog, and it's only fighting Thunderguts at the moment. So I'm not uncomfortable with the
Pet the
situation
dog.
we're in. I am going to run over Lily. Be safe, and then I'm going to run over to Jamie.
So you abandon her next to her slumped father, yes, and
Yes.
run across.
There are priorities in combat, and people who are
Okay.
visibly bleeding out are top of the list.
She's
So
got a
how far are you
drow.
running
Everyone
across?
trusts drow,
Well,
that's
presumably
fine.
I can't get there, can I? How?
You cannot.
No.
You can, however, cast Healing Word from there.
Can I? Now, here's an
Healing
interesting
Word
point
has a
raised in
range
the
of 60
chat.
feet.
I don't know whether this is a thing. Brendan says, could channel divinity if he has it, assign points out to a few of them. Is that
Level
does that mean
1.
anything?
Level 1. You don't
Okay,
get
that's-
Channel Divinity until
that's-
level 2 or 3.
Okay, cool,
It's very
cool.
cool when you get it, but you haven't got it.
That you've answered the question. That's fine. So, cure
But you can
has
do
got a
Healing
range.
Word.
Healing Word has a range of 60 feet. Oh, right. So I can do it from
Indeed,
here.
it does.
All
So
right.
you can cast it from there without moving if you wish.
In which case, I will
What is-
cast Healing Word on Mr. Johnny B.
What is
Okay.
Eric's healing word?
The Healing Word.
What
Yeah,
is
Receive
what
the
is the
blessing
word?
of Saint Barbara.
So you sing of St. Barbara, and I will look up how much healing that's supposed to do.
D4
That's-
plus spellcaster ability modifier.
Okay, so your spellcaster ability modifier is 5, so it's D4 plus 5. Has it given you a number anywhere?
6.
6
It
healing.
says it's D4 plus wisdom on the in here. When
Yeah,
I
'cause
use
your
the-
spell
Oh, sorry, that's
modifier
your spell
is
attack
wisdom.
bonus. Yeah. So,
6.
Arnie, you
Am I
feel
alive?
life surge back into you as you get 6 hit points of healing. Your eyes slap open and you draw in a breath as you come to consciousness. And it is your turn. You are lying on the floor. You are prone. Your rage has dropped since you were unconscious. But what would you like to do?
I'm going to have a nice long swig of that there healing potion and
Okay.
think about my life.
Okay. Well, while you're
And
thinking
my
about
career.
your life, You are looking into the lifeless, bloodied eyes, still steaming gently from the impact of the Eldritch Blast that took him down, of Captain Rolf. One eye is looking at you, one eye is looking somewhere else. So yes, you contemplate that as you take your healing potion.
We've all had mornings like that.
Do you want me to roll the healing potion for you?
Yeah, do I just click on it?
Have you got a healing potion?
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay, so it's 2d4 plus 2, isn't it, for a standard healing potion?
I don't know.
If you click on it, does it do anything?
No, it means I can type it and change it to potion of whatever. Go on,
how
do the
about
roll
you
for
take
me,
5?
please, Harry.
Take 5 points of healing.
5 points of healing, so I'm back up
So
to
you
10
mug it
now.
down, and yes, you feel the warmth of it surge through your body.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I don't believe you were literally told there was a steaming man in front of you and didn't say let off some steam, Bennett. I feel a little let down.
Mate. Some steam valve.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed that one. That's a good show.
It is now Captain Rolf's turn, who will take the decompose action, and Titus the dog will take the disengage action and run away because he's smarter than his master. 5, 10, 15, 30. He
Stop that goblin.
gets off the map and disappears.
Let that goblin spy get away.
Right, Harry, we are exactly 1 hour and 1 minute over time.
We are. Sorry, I was trying to wrap that up.
Let's have a synopsis. We're going to talk to the people, do the thing.
I mean, we can wrap this up fairly quickly. You have killed off all the bandits. Old Man Lavender is unconscious, not dead. He was knocked out because the guy who attacked him was trying to be nice. You stopped Lily Lavender being stolen. And apart from a few wounds amongst the rest of you, this is your first mission as an adventuring party. And between you, you think you have done reasonably well.
Yeah, that was pretty tough, to be honest. It wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't easy. It wasn't meant to be. But nobody died.
Not quite. We didn't want it to be easy, though. If it was going to be a one-off, there definitely had to be a high level of challenge.
The potatoes are safe.
Got back
Potatoes are safe. So, guys, as I said at the beginning of this, well, one of the things that we definitely realized is with five people or 4 players, this took quite a bit longer than was expected, and that aspect. This isn't necessarily the time we would want to do it, the system we would want to do it, the people who will be able to do it, whether we do it every week, every month, every year. There's lots of things to think about from this point, but we really appreciate you hanging out in the live chat, whether we even do it live at all, or just do it pre-recorded and then put it up. There's so much for us to sort of look into this. But honestly, big thank you for Harry, who put this together for us.
Cheers.
I hope you all enjoyed the adventure and the story. I didn't think it was going to take us 43 minutes to get out of the village and find the girl in the car.
Right, okay. But that was the role-playing bit, right?
Absolutely. And you guys were really going for it. I was much impressed.
Yeah, but I think, without these kind of visual components that you put the time into doing it and the mechanics being online, this wouldn't have been the same experience. So I really appreciate it very much. If you have watched this, or if you are now watching it in a kind of after the effect, please do leave us some comments on how you felt about it. Obviously, today it wasn't, there's not a huge number of viewers. We don't know what you would want to see out of it, but certainly we would like to do some role playing. My personal feeling is that we should focus on doing one-offs, but I think we probably need to look at much longer sessions, maybe doing it over 2 or 3 sessions, but not really more than a sort of 6 hours. But I looked at some stuff as like episode 130. I'm like, I'm never going to watch this. And my life isn't, I'm not going to live long enough to watch all of that. So would anybody else? But the thing I like about one-offs is the opportunity to explore areas of stories. There's a certain disposability of characters. You can play really extreme characters like James's freak. You know, that kind of character is really difficult in a long-term campaign where you're trying to build up legacy. You can't do that.
But I thought that worked really well in that it was one-shot campaign characters, and you guys had really brought out some of the flavor of those.
Yeah, I kind of had two choices of what to do with the character, which was go completely nuts schizoid, or if it was a longer campaign, it would have been like I was creating conspiracy theories for other people and sort of working my way through it. So
I'd actually love to play that. I'd love to play against the guy with the conspiracy theories.
And whether, you know, I'm not saying we're never picking up these characters again either. It might be that in a month's time we have another go. Very GM time, everybody dependent. But so some of the things that I've got, I'm a big fan of Cthulhu, but I think you need one shot so you don't have that threat level. You know, if you're playing the Cthulhu campaign, you're either rolling a new character every fortnight or it isn't dangerous enough. But in a one-off, you've got that. I really like the idea of doing games that don't get the sort of coverage from theaters that I like. Things like Star Trek, but not playing as like bridge officers on a big ship, playing cadets on some frontier outpost where something happens. All of those kind of things are so much.
I could be a red shirt.
Exactly.
4 red shirts.
We're 4 red. They're in there doing that. We're the red shirts standing outside getting shot at. You know, that aspect of the story, I think you like to explore, but doesn't fit well into a campaign. It can fit in a series of connected stories, though. We could come back to that cadet 20 years later when there's some washed up lieutenant that's not going anywhere, who's on a research post where, again, the same problem happens that they never really dealt with last time. You know, those kind of things I really would like to explore. Paranoia, another game to play for one session in your life and no more. That kind of thing. Horror, but there's a lot of preparatory work. I'd love to know what you guys would like to see. Harry did a great job as a GM. He put a huge amount of time in. You won't see this, but Harry has already told me a couple of weeks ago he'd already put 4 days into this, and he was working on it again yesterday. And I think I'm taking away from this how important that kind of graphical representation I think is for you as a viewer. I think it's having that board to interact with for the combat. We will be back live on Tuesday with the regular show, which will have 6+ Steve-O. You'll still be getting fed a diet on Fridays of product reviews because it's all we can do at the moment. But we are getting very, very close. We hope quite soon to move to a model where you're seeing a battle report again on a weekly on a Friday and gradually reducing the quantity of product review and things like that. Thank you so much, Harry. Thank you, our beautiful viewers, our friends, and our fans. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye. And may the blessings of St. Barbara go with you.